Hey everyone, this is Halo Race Live, and this will be the seventh installment of Racing with Commentary. I wanted to start off today's video taking a quick look at HALOPEDIA. And this can be found on your web browser by just searching HALOPEDIA. And this website just has a lot of facts. It has a lot of information about Halo, about different nouns, what is the flood, covenant, alien, ODST, it'll tell you about dual wielding or, all sorts of grenades that exist in the Halo world, not just plasma and frag grenades, telefrag grenades, the Forerunner grenades that sort of pop and burst out, and like have mini grenades that pop out of it, and those appear in different versions of Halo. It's just a great website and resource for all things Halo. And I wanted to just type in race here in the search and just pull up quickly what it says about it. Race is a free-for-all and team player multiplayer game in Halo Combat Evolved, Halo Reach, Halo 4, and Halo 2 Anniversary. The player's objective is to be the first person or team to reach all checkpoints marked on the map. And it talks about, again, built-in variants, the game variants, race, team race. So race, I guess, up here would be free-for-all race, and you'd have team race, which is what most of the clan servers run. You'd have classic race, which you can find on the Classic Rocks server. Rally, classic rally as well. Rally is random flag points, and so it's either a team or an individual that needs to collect 15. If classic rally is being played, then it's not team, so it's individual. One player needs to get 15 flags to win the rally. Classic team race and classic team rally. And so these are different. These are if you actually were to play the classic team race variant or team rally, the way it's built in is using minimum scoring. So it's not the amount of laps that your team has added together. It's each player on that team has to have 3 laps to win the race. So you could be racing in Blood Gulch and you get 3 laps and your 2 teammates are at 1 lap. The total score there would be 5 laps for all of you. You'd have 3, they'd each have 1, so that would be 3 plus 1 plus 1, or 3 plus 2, which is 5. However, if you're playing with the normal classic team race scoring, which is minimum, then every player needs to get 3 laps. So you just wait. It'll say all laps complete. And at that point, this is one sort of new area of race that's never really been touched upon because it's not a very popular form of racing, minimum scoring. Most players revert back to some scoring because you can win a race by getting the most getting the total amount of laps needed. But I wanted to let all of you know and make everyone aware that there is different variants of race. Okay, and so continue on here. Let's jump into Halo. I wanted to we're going to play in the custom edition lobby. You don't see any activity currently in the PC or MD lobby for race. So let's just jump into an MD server so we can leave game and join the custom lobby.
Capture the flag.
Okay, so we'll leave the lobby here. And now we're going to join the Halo Custom Edition lobby. Put it on any. all the active servers. And again, a lot of these servers that we're scrolling through have 0 out of 16. So if you sort by players here, these bars up here, you can click and sort. This little classic ring means they're running classic game types, like classic, well, or they're running Gandiner, because Gandiner is a server engine, not like SAP that also all the maps run with this ring on it. But this ring here originally meant that it was a classic game type, like one that Bungie made. So when we look at like classic rocks, they're classic, like it's classic Juggernaut, and that's a game type that's like built into Halo. So when you install the game, it comes with classic Juggernaut. And it's a version, obviously it's a version of Oddball where it's like one player is the Juggernaut and you get 10 kills as the Juggernaut, then you win the game. But everyone has a target on you if you're not the Juggernaut. So when you are the Juggernaut, watch out because everyone's coming after you. But you also have enhanced powers, and so I think you have like a hit. Your damage is like 200% or 150%, so you can kill opponents easier, and you might move faster too. There's different versions of Juggernaut too, but that's one thing to note just about classic servers. Okay, so we're going to jump into Halo Race right now. Done talking. Race. Not classic. Although I do view like Danger Canyon, race is classic race. It's not technically a classic game type. And the server's full, so we'll wait a moment to jump in. And if we're in the middle of a game, then we will wait until the next game starts, start the review. Or if we join mid-game or when a new game starts, then we'll jump right into the review. Here's all the Slayer servers, just kind of going through by game type. Yeah, ball servers. Yeet Ball, not sure what that is. And then Spooky Hall is the custom map. Okay, I'm gonna stay on the race channel just to make sure if a slot does open up that we jump right in. So this is the only active custom edition racing server going right now. Again, this one is an AFK bot. So this is maybe a good opportunity to talk a little bit about this bar that's down here. And so obviously I think you notice when you click, kind of resets. So like every server you click, it'll tell you. So there's 2 players in here. We'll refresh. And when you refresh, it's different from hitting get list because it's not doing a full reload. It's just refreshing the load you already had for scan for the servers. So there may be servers currently when you hit refresh that you're not seeing by hitting get list, because get list is going to do like a full rescan of all of the servers available and it'll add new ones, versus refresh, which will just sort of refresh the ping and the server for all the ones that are just on it currently. So you won't get any new ones, and you might lose some sometimes with refresh. Doesn't mean they're not there if they disappear. It just means their ping's like resetting or it's changing or something, and the server doesn't scan it. But just hit get list, and you'll see again all the servers. So there's 2 players joining in this server now, and we could hop in there and play out Sidewinder and then review the map on the other side, or continue to wait for this other server to open up. I think we've waited a little while. Okay, so I did want to talk. We have waited a little while, but I did really want to talk about this bar at the bottom of the screen. So let me quickly talk about this. So when you click a server, when you actually click a server, it's not only refreshing the server, it's actually doing a refresh every time you click each server, but it's doing a refresh just for that server you're clicking. And you're not double clicking, because if you double click, you join the server. So we're single clicking these servers. And what you can see here, every time you single click it, it'll sort of flip back to the beginning. And so I keep clicking it, and we'll just flip back to the beginning and look at what we're seeing. So we're seeing the players. You know, you've got EE7, you've got all these other players, all the players, 16 of them. And it actually has a number next to their name, which has their score of their lap. So it shows how many laps they have. Now you don't know which team they're on, but you can still see the lap number. And then underneath that, you're going to see a whole lot of, like, you know, weapons, short range, generic starting equipment, objectives, nav points, enemy radar. I'm going to quickly just click the server reset. So it says, first of all, the first thing you see here, I'm going to keep clicking so you can see the beginning, is race dash, in quotations, HLN 15X SR. And so that's the game type, which is HLN race, 15 laps, any order, short range weapons. And it'll say race type, any order. It'll say team scoring sum. The score limit is 15. You've got live 0, which is infinite, basically infinite lives. Health is at 100%. Respawn time is immediate, so 0. And then a suicide penalty of 5 seconds. Shields are on. Vehicles are at a custom set. The vehicle respawn for those is 30 seconds. The weapons are short range. There's generic starting equipment. Objectives are nav points. Enemy radar is enabled, so you can see the enemies as a red dot on your radar, and your friend indicator is also enabled, so you see the green dot over your friend's team, and then it just resets. Server's still full. But it gives you a whole lot of information about the server and the game type that you're playing. Now, HLN and a lot of other servers run similar game types, so at some scoring, usually it's 10 to 15 laps. And when it says custom vehicle set, that means that there's 3 or 4 warthogs of each type. So there's 4 chain hogs and 4 rocket hogs, and that's what Halo allows for. If you were to set a game type with 4 rocket hogs on each side, it'll only spawn, so 4 on each side, which would be 8 total. It will only spawn 4 no matter what. So you are really you're required to, when you do create game types, have 4 chain hogs and 4 rocket hogs, unless you're using a modded server or a modded script to additionally generate warthogs or vehicles. Okay, server's still full. We're going to join this Save the Forest server. I'll see you on the other side for review.
Team race.
Hello, everyone. We're back for a race and commentary for Timberland.
Team race.
Timberland is a stock map. It's a classic Halo map. Comes in your Halo folder when you install Halo. It's one of the maps that was released by Bungie when they released the Halo for PC version for Halo for PC in 2003, I believe. And so we're playing on Timberland for 15 laps. And we're playing in the HLN server on Custom Edition, number 5, Save the Forest. And when you're in any Halo server, one thing you can do if you want to get some information just on the server, I'm going to let this player drive, see if he figures it out. So you can type /info and it'll tell you time left on the server is infinite. It'll tell you the amount of players, 6 out of 16. Type /info. It disappears quickly, but it'll tell you the server name. So race 5, CE Save the Ocean, map Timberland, game HLN 15 SR, which would be 15 lap normal race. This is normal style race. So I was going to take over to drive. I'll just hit that rock there. But the driver seemed a little bit lost. We gave him a chance, but now maybe we see if we can start getting laps. It would be paramount to take out that vehicle in front of us. And I'm going to try and avoid being shot if I can. My gunner may be hit. And he may taxi back in. Let's see. No. So Timberland, God, there's a lot to talk about and say about Timberland. And it'll take, I think, a few videos, especially when you're looking at normal racing versus free-for-all racing or all navs. I think I had said in the Danger Canyon video for Custom Edition that I preferred all navs for that map for Danger Canyon. And here's a map where I really enjoy both. I think that the single nav normal race version is equally as fun as the all nav or any order version. And that's because in large part when you play the all nav version, the lap time is very similar to what it is when you're playing the normal race, whether you're going forwards or backwards. In fact, I think going backwards, your lap time is probably a little bit more, or it's not as good of a lap time if you're going backwards because the lap time is a little bit longer. But what I really like, and let's talk about the normal version of this race, what I really like about this race is it really feels to me like Bungie took a lot of care in terms of developing a map that could really work for race. And one of the things when Halo came out for PC that was not available when you were playing on the Xbox was to edit and create a race game type. Now, when you were playing original Xbox, you could create a multiplayer game type, and you could maybe modify some variants on Capture the Flag or Slayer. However, I'm very confident in saying that when you originally bought the Xbox Halo, there was no ability to edit racing game type. So Microsoft's first attempt at creating a modified race was within Halo PC. And Timberland really, to me, feels like this, especially the normal race setting, feels like a really solid and focused attempt by Bungie to create something that could be really fun for race, because it gave such a, this to me feels like a dynamic race. You're turning up hills. There's a lot of carving. You know, you want to dodge rockets, obviously. You've got players joining at either base, and so I think it really provides for a lot of enemy interaction. Again, there will be quite a bit of enemy fire along the way, and I really think that this map was created for race, and it really, to me, feels like one of the better classic racing maps, especially for normal race. All right, well, everyone, that was a great game. We didn't pull out the win there, but we came in fourth place. And thanks for checking in, and I'll see you on the next video. Good night.